Hello, ladies. Do you deal with foundation settling into your fine lines, foundations that are too matte, too heavy? You are just not happy with your foundation. I am here to share my go-to foundations. These I have in my foundation makeup arsenal, and these I go to every time. I can just pick one and I'll be happy with it. And I want to share these with you, especially if you are over 50, you have mature skin. And I will go in no particular order, starting with number one is the Maybelline Skin Tint Foundation. This foundation has a thin consistency and it is buildable. It's the dropper here, and don't let it fool you. The coverage is fantastic. And again, because it's buildable, you can wear a light coverage if you're just running errands, you don't want anything too heavy, or you can build it up if you have a night out on the town, girls' night, date night, special event, you can really build that up. Now, this foundation, again, gave it an all-day test wear without applying any powder, and the foundation did very well. I do have an oily T-zone, and it is pretty oily. I honestly only powder once, maybe, well, once after my makeup is done, and maybe another time throughout the day if I'm going somewhere and I'm looking a little shiny. But to keep powdering, I don't do that. But this day when I tested it, it stayed on all day. It didn't settle into my fine lines, and there's no wearing off of the foundation. And that is important to me because, again, in that T-zone nose area, it tends to rub off more depending, but it did not. It did do great on my review of the foundation. Now, things that are important to me in a foundation are just that it does cover what I need it to cover, it doesn't rub off throughout the day, and that it doesn't settle into my fine lines. Those are super important key points for me when I'm choosing a foundation, especially for my mature skin. Now, more about this foundation is it delivers buildable to light coverage, which I just mentioned, for a skin light natural finish. It is infused with vitamin C. It is a vegan formula, and it resists sweat, humidity, and fading, which is, again, very good, especially now that we're coming into the summer. Depending on where you live, it's going to get hot, and here where I live in Texas, it does get very humid. So that is, that really does help. And foundation number two. This foundation is by Bellame. This is a newer foundation that I discovered a few months back. I love this foundation. Again, a thinner consistency, but it does have buildable coverage. It is infused with great skincare ingredients, which are super important, especially as we're maturing. It is powered by 6 types of hyaluronic acid for deep hydration. It blends wonderfully, and it does. And it does have baobab oil, which is the tree of life. And this tree is in Africa, if you want to do some research on that. And it has vegan collagen to nourish, repair, and boost skin elasticity for a youthful glow. It is infused with vitamin C and E, and it shields and rejuvenates your skin, which, again, I can't say enough about the foundation. And just to let you know, everything will be linked down below. And I just want to show you the consistency here. Very thin, not too thick, and not too heavy. And it does. Now, I will say, if you have super oily skin, it might not be good for you because it is a hydrating foundation. Now, for me, I do think it is a little bit more hydrating than the Skin Tint or another one I'm going to talk about, but it's not enough for me not to like it or wear it. I love it. I may just have to powder a little bit more, but that's just for my skin. But again, it is an awesome foundation. Foundation number 3 is the L'Oreal Infallible 32-Hour Fresh Wear. When I first bought this, I was totally in love with this foundation, and I still am. It is a wonderful foundation. I like the fact that, again, no settling in my fine lines. It doesn't rub off, and if you have oily skin, to me, it is in between a semi-matte to a hydrating foundation. It is not extremely matte at all, and it is not too hydrating, even though it kind of is. It works wonderfully if you have T-zone oily areas. It doesn't tend to just rub off or anything like that. It is a good foundation and also a very thin but powerful foundation. The consistency is very thin. If you can see that, just a beautiful finish. And for this foundation, it is lightweight, breathable, long wear foundation. And it defies transfer hour after hour, which I mentioned it does. It just doesn't rub off, it stays. It's a wonderful foundation. And it says up to 32 hours of natural finish with buildable coverage and lightweight. It resists transfer, sweat, and remains breathable all day. Color stays true all day, which yes, that does too. And it's got 3 oil absorbers that resist sweat, water, and transfer. That is a plus for sure. And number 4, last but not least, is another great foundation. I've been wearing this for years. It is the It Cosmetics CC Plus with SPF 50. Now, that is an awesome amount of SPF. However, I will say I do wear my own separate SPF underneath. I put that on first, let that sit in for about 10 minutes, and then I apply my foundation. Now, this foundation has good coverage. It is a thicker consistency. If you do not like a thicker consistency, then it may not be for you. However, everybody loves it. But you can also shear it out by using a makeup sponge. That is also very helpful. Makeup sponges tend to thin out foundations. So it is a must try if you've never tried it, which I'm probably sure you have. But again, great for mature skin. And what I like is that I have hyperpigmentation here on the sides, and it covers very well. And I am wearing it today. And my color that I wear is fair light, but I do blend it with another darker, same foundation, but a little bit darker. Blends out perfectly and it works so well. And some benefits for this foundation are it has hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, vitamin E, and the SPF 50. It camouflages skin concerns like acne, scarring, wrinkles, redness on the skin, dark circles under the eyes, large pores, dark spots, and uneven skin tone. And I can attest that it does. Now, I do not put foundation around my eyes, under my eyes, anything like that, just because I save that for my concealer. But if it does cover other imperfections, then it probably does well underneath the eyes. Let me know down in the comments, out of these, which is your favorite? Have you tried these? Or if you have not tried these, what is your favorite foundation? Let us know down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. All right, thank you for being here so much. I really appreciate your time. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Thanks for spending time with me. And remember, ladies, you are beautiful at every age.